All right, well then we'll move on to the book club part of the show, where this week we watched The Boy and the Beast. You guys liked it?
I actually did.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. You guys,
It was a good
you guys
movie.
didn't seem to be like completely there all the time.
I wasn't expecting it to be as deep as a plot as it was.
Oh, really?
I was expecting it based off the beginning, him to train, learn how to fight.
Yeah, and then
Fight some big master, and then that's it. As much as it was, him having dad trouble and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a pretty.
it was a good movie.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad that surprised you guys. It makes me feel really happy.
Yeah, it was good.
Really was not expecting all of that. The Boy and the Beast, so just expecting the Boy and the Beast.
Boy the Beast to fight.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Like the training thing, I was not expecting him to go back home and all of that.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. So, Boy and the Beast is focused on two characters. I'm gonna call him Kyuta, and then Kumotetsu, I guess. So, were there any characters that like, boy? I will say Boy and Beast. And so, how did you guys feel about their characters?
I thought there was a lot of growth in it. Like, that's what I really liked about the movie. It really showed, like, it was kind of like childhood struggles to like kind of teenage adult struggles, and then not only like, I guess we didn't get to see the boy Kyuta. We didn't get to see Kyuta become like an adult, but I guess kind of the Beast showed like the difficulties of growing up without parents and all that stuff. Yeah. And like you still act out as an adult and you do what you want as an adult. So I think we kind of got all three stages with the two characters. So I like that a lot about the movie.
So you think the Beast had a childhood like Kyuta did, just kind of being alone?
Yeah, I mean, they talked about it a little bit in the movie. He said, like, I think his friends, I don't remember their names, but he said, like, because he was having difficulty training him. Yeah. So they said, like, think back to when you were, like, his age and how you acted out. I see a lot of similarities between you two. And I think that kind of helped their whole relationship and everything.
Okay. So, what about you?
I mean, that was pretty, I hate to just take the same answer, but that was pretty much, I mean, I definitely respect the growth. Yeah. I do think the characters were developed. We all got to see a full storyline of them. But as far as that, I mean, that was basically it.
Yeah. I mean, are there any other characters that we can really talk about? Not really, I would say. Really. I mean, it's just kind of.
I mean, there were the two children of the other human. Yeah, the other human. Yeah. There was him. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we'll get to him when he comes up.
All right.
But so yeah, so the beginning of the movie, you guys weren't expecting much. Yeah. So when he entered the Beast world, what were you guys thinking?
Really. Like, honestly, Nate said at the beginning, like, he was gonna, like, just from the trailers I'd seen, I thought he was gonna be, come his apprentice. It was gonna be taboo. Everyone was gonna be like, no, don't do that. And he became his apprentice, and I thought he was gonna be challenged, and then next thing you know, he wins that fight, and that's it. That's what I thought once he entered into the Beast world.
All right, so, I guess you guys are saying that there's a lot of growth in the film. So how did you feel about like the beginning when Kyuta and Kumotetsu first met, the boy and the beast? Yeah.
I wasn't expecting their meeting to be like that. I was expecting it to be more of the boy accidentally just ends up where, like in the Beast world, I guess. And the Beast finds him and takes care of him. I wasn't expecting the Beast to really be like. I was expecting it to be more like Kyuta wanted to be his apprentice and the Beast was saying no. It was kind of flipped. It was flipped. That's what I was expecting more of. I was expecting a more opposite reaction, but it was kind of flipped. Kyuta didn't really want to be. He just wanted to do his own thing, and the Beast was like, hey, I'll take you as my apprentice. You're my apprentice. Wasn't expecting that.
What did you think?
I would say as far as that, I didn't have a whole lot of expectations. I mean, I will say when the Beast chose the boy, it was like, okay, I see why he chose him. I mean, it kind of set the film up. Right, the Beast is very immature. He's gonna learn his maturity, through the kid. So in that aspect, I mean, I didn't have a whole lot of expectations. I mean, once that point happened, I was like, all right, I know what's But again, and it did go for the plot was more than I assumed it to be. That I thought it was going to be, but.
So, expectations aside, what did you kind of think about when they first met and how they would always like bicker back and forth, which I guess never went away completely, but it was like a strong line of like disrespect for each other when they first met each other. You know.
Is it disrespect?
I saw it as like kind of disrespect, like not really wanting to hear out the other person.
They're the same person, they're the same person. So I just
both just really stubborn.
I just all right. At some point, somebody has to break.
Yeah.
True. But I also think later on it eventually became like they that's how they like showed each other love. That's how they showed each other how they cared about each other. Yeah. So I felt like that's just their relationship, really. That's really just how it was.
True.
And when you do get people that are like so strong-headed and like the same people, essentially, I feel like they're gonna argue more because neither's gonna back down. They both think they're right. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So then we'll talk about the first fight between I don't even know his name, the lion guy and Kumatetsu. It's like Ios or something.
Yeah, it was like it began with an I. I remember that. I wasn't expecting that fight to happen so fast, honestly. Because I remember seeing in the commercials that specific scene where he calls out to him. But I think that really showed the similarities between the two, both the boy and the beast. The boy had nobody for him, and then at that fight, he was able to see that everybody in the town really didn't give a crap about the beast. Yeah.
And even like mentioning, he's like, everyone is. It's like he has no one here. Yeah, like everyone's cheering for the other guy. Everyone wants him to lose.
Yeah, and again, it showed the beast him his lack of maturity, being so quick to fight.
Yeah,
it was just.
And then go like all out.
He had something to prove, I guess. That he was a better fighter than the blonde lion.
Yeah.
What are we saying?
We'll just call him the lion.
The lion, yeah.
Yeah. So that he is like better and does deserve respect because he wasn't getting it already.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you're saying a lot about his maturity, like just how he was kind of dancing around him and everything.
Yeah, in the beginning of the fight, he didn't really take it serious. He was showboating, showing off, letting people know that. I guess he thinks he's going to win the fight.
Yeah,
off rip without even fighting. But he learned quick.
And everyone was like, "Why isn't he showing the proper etiquette and everything?"
Right.
Everyone was getting upset with him.
Definitely did. Yeah.
But like you said, he learned quick. But he had the lion like backed up against the ropes. Like he almost won.
Right.
He did.
He was about to push him out. I guess it was like sumo style fight.
The way they showed it, he didn't have any support. So he lost his strength.
Yeah. Because they started cheering for the other guy.
Just all of a sudden had this massive strength to push him. 100 yards back.
All the energy from the crowd came into him.
Yeah, so just because he had no one, he won, pretty much, and which is
right. That's how they portrayed it.
Which is weird. I mean, I guess it's supposed to show like the value of like bonds and friendships and everything.
I think that was the message of the entire film because honestly, at the end, he would have lost the final battle too if he didn't have if he didn't have the help. So yeah, I think that was
foreshadows, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Heavy, very heavily.
It does. I think that scene was also when we met the two children, right? The beginning of the first fight. So we met the two kids.
I think we met them before that. Did we meet them in that fight?
I think we met them.
I feel like he actually talked to them before.
I think when
No, because that was the first time we were
when the other human defended him. That was like when he really like met them, right? Because he was getting bullied by them.
Yeah, that was the first time he like really met them. But we were like as the audience, we were introduced to them because that was the first.
They were just in the crowd.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was the first time we met the lion, and we met them then. So yeah.
True, because that's when they were running in the city, and he was trying to chase after him. Yeah. So you guys say that both Kyuta and Kumatetsu are very stubborn. But after this, and you say that they relate to one another because of their sense of like being alone.
Mm-hmm.
After this fight, that's when Cuta decides to be his apprentice. So you guys weren't surprised by that at all? You guys are like, okay.
yeah.
I feel like that was a kind of a weird reason to want to be his apprentice the first time I saw this movie. I was like,
want to help or support him or something?
I mean, just like, yeah, you just saw him. You just saw him lose, and you just saw that he had nobody supporting him, and now you're like, okay, I want to be there for him. I want not even be there for him, but be his apprentice. I want to study under this guy.
That's when, yeah, that is kind of weird thinking about it. But I feel like that's when it kind of like, because I spoke earlier how I thought on. Like the roles were flipped. Like the Beast wanted the boy originally, but I think that's when it flipped completely. Like the boy wanted to be the apprentice of the Beast. But I think it was weird, but I didn't necessarily think it was weird while I was watching it. Just because I thought like, well, I mean, I knew it was gonna happen, but I thought like the main reason was because he's like, oh man, this guy's alone in the world too. Maybe I can actually learn from him. You know, if he was alone in the world for this entire time and he became a strong person, maybe I can actually learn from him. Because I'm alone in the world now. So that was kind of my thought process on that.
And I will say, I think he's seen the strength, and you know that amazed him. Like, and the thought of him actually like having to help with that strength, he knew that the Beast could be.
Yeah, because he did get like a glimpse of the raw strength beforehand.
Yeah.
So you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. I guess. Yeah, I understand that. I didn't really like the whole idea of it the first time, but I guess the second watching, third watching, it kind of
made sense.
Yeah. But so now that Cuta is his apprentice, something that I thought was really funny was when Pt.2 was trying to teach him the first time, and he didn't really. He's like, just grip, just grip.
Yeah.
He's like, just a whoosh and a bang, a whoosh and a bang.
Terrible.
He's like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about here?
right.
So what did you guys think about that? Like you were talking about it earlier, how the Beast didn't have a master. The Beast just had to learn by himself, so he doesn't know how to teach anyone. You kind of touched on that briefly.
It's kind of what the pig. I think was. I don't know if he's a pig.
Yeah.
What is he?
I think he was a pig.
The monk.
The little monk.
Yeah, the monk.
Yeah, I think he's a pig.
He mentioned it that the Beast didn't have any person to train him, and he kind of mentioned also that of course the Beast didn't have any help, but he mentioned that because he didn't have those help, that he wouldn't know how to speak to people, or he wouldn't know how to explain that strength to the little boy. I mean,
I mean that's something that makes sense too.
Yeah,
I understand.
I mean,
it's like
in watching it and then hearing him say it kind of tells you what is exactly is happening. But I mean,
yeah, I feel like. Yeah, he was a pretty terrible teacher. I mean, like, I feel like throughout the entire thing, he was kind of an awful teacher. He didn't really, like... It was more of, like, the boy, Cuta, had to, like, figure out how to learn from him.
Yeah.
He, like, made him a teacher. Like, he had to... Like, I feel like it happened, like, when he said some things you have to do yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like Cuta was like, okay well, let me... I think that was really the only teaching moment that he really had. And then Cuta was, like, figured out how to learn from him. He started copying his steps and everything. And then that's when... they started to learn from each other.
Yeah, so him starting to like copy his steps, that was my first like somewhat disagreement with the film, because I just didn't understand how he was learning from that. Because before he was saying just grip it, like he was showing him how to do it. He's like, grip, just do whoosh bang, and why couldn't he just copy it then?
True.
Why? I mean, he was never really taught. He basically did what the Beast wanted him to do in the first place.
Well, maybe it has to do with the whole like idea of like opening your mind up to the idea of learning. Like, cause sometimes it's just like for some things, like for me, I'll be like, there's no point in me learning this. I'm just I'm just doing this to do it. Yeah. So
I mean,
forget that.
Like I guess at first you can say he didn't want to look stupid like around the Beast, so he didn't want to look a certain way at first, which was probably because of the fear that he had. But when he was mimicking the Beast, like I'm saying, like it was. I would say that's the only way that he was able to. That he knew that he was able to learn because I mean, if he's trying to learn, the beast is not. He's not explaining anything, right? I mean, I figured, I was in karate, like, about 5 years.
Okay.
And you learn faster by watching.
By copying.
What somebody else is doing versus, take 5 steps here, 5 steps. It's like having all that mental stuff is it could drain you. But if you're watching it, okay, if I turn my body like this, so like it helps.
Yeah.
I agree. It helps in learning.
I agree. Cause I did take karate too, like growing up, and it was like it was easier to watch and learn, like just copy what they were doing, and like when they said it, it was like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
it was kind of like that. So I feel like maybe that's why I kind of understand that a little bit better.
I kind of see it as just another sign of Kyuta's stubbornness. Like when the beast was trying to say this is how you need to learn, he's rejecting it, kind of like what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, that as well.
And then when he's like, oh, I'm gonna do it this way, even though it was the same way that he was saying to do it earlier, he's like, oh, this is working now.
So what do we say about the little flirt or the little how do you explain it? The
little white ball thing? Is that what you mean?
I guess that was his inside voice or something, or that was a spirit or something, or like what was it?
The little angel on his shoulder.
Yeah,
the angel,
little angel on his shoulder, pretty much.
The little
like
flirt is what told him to follow what the beast is doing.
Well, that part, that was his mom.
Oh, that was his mom?
like, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
I didn't even realize.
That, like, the little ghost of his mom came in, like, and she was sitting on the wall. And she's like, just like follow him or something. Follow the master.
I forgot about that scene. So now that you bring that back up, I think it has to do with his stubbornness a lot, actually. Okay. Just because like that's when he really opened up his mind. I feel like, now I'm thinking about it, it's like once the beast was like, some things you have to do yourself. It kind of, that resonated with him. And then his mom came up and was like, just copy him or whatever. Yeah. And he was like, okay.
It's like, all right, makes sense.
Yeah, let's
Thanks,
do
Mom.
it. Yeah. It's like, got it, Mom.
So stepping back a little bit, I want to talk about the first time that Kyuta met the other two children.
Okay.
Ichiro and Human Boy and the one that looks like a pig.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think about that? When Kyuta was getting bullied for the first time.
See,
this is before he learned how to fight.
That was a weird, that was so weird, okay, because, the little pig was, bullying him. And then all of a sudden the little pig started falling in love with him, whatever. I like strong people.
Yeah.
Come to my house. I was like, what? Okay.
I thought it was weird the reason that the pig was bullying him. He's like, humans are so weak. Humans have darkness in their hearts. It's like, well, pushing him in the dirt every single day is not really helping the darkness in his heart.
Because of his status, because his dad was so highly regarded.
Yeah.
And he was able to do what he wanted to do. So that kind of, I guess, pushed him to be that person for the boy.
Yeah, I guess he was just a bully character, and that's really all there was to it. Someone that, it kind of did show the way that beasts are portrayed in this film as not having darkness in their heart at all, and being like good people, because like you were saying how you fell in love with them earlier or later, once he did show that he was strong, he was like, oh, okay, you're my best friend now. I like strong people. And he didn't hold a grudge like the other one did. He's like, oh, why are you so strong now?
Okay, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I really never think of anything until I start saying it. I'm like, that kind of makes sense.
I didn't think about that at all. Yeah, the difference between the beast and beasts really don't have darkness in their hearts. They can't hold a grudge.
Yeah.
But humans definitely can. It showed.
That is the bigger picture, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I was just going to say, isn't his dad a lion? So he's on territorial. I don't know.
So we talked about Jiromaru, I guess that's his name, gaining respect for Kyuta after losing.